And then he quit. I really thought we had the right person this time.
Was I involved in recruiting Eric?
He looked so good in the interview, James. Everything seemed just right.
We implemented a system that let us process twice the work. And as a result of our efforts, the fund doubled in size in the first 2 years.
Wow. That's exactly the kind of environment we have here, too. Eric, tell me what you did exactly.
I was the assistant team leader on the business development team.
And what did you do there?
We were the ones who had to solve the problems caused by all this new growth.
And how did you go about it?
We started off by analyzing the projected volume of work over the next 3 years. We did this by talking to all our clients and asking them how they saw their business.
This is exactly the kind of forward-looking mentality we need. We're growing like crazy, and our systems just can't keep up.
Then we fed all that data into a model that allowed us to project the likely demands on the system during peak times. You see, the peaks were the real problem.
Yeah, I can see that. So how did you solve it?
We could see that our existing system wasn't going to be able to cope with the forecasted demand. What we needed was a completely new system, one that could cope with demand and reduce the number of mistakes the fund was making.
And did you achieve this?
Yes, we ended up with a system that enabled us to process twice the previous amount of data. And since
He's so right. We have all these problems too, and he knows how to solve them because he's already done it at his last job.
This removed one of the biggest sources of error, and so we cut mistakes down to almost zero. And the staff loved it too because it was easy to implement, and it took a lot of the pressure off them.
Eric, what part did your boss have in all this process?
Well, basically, I took care of running the practical things. My boss liked to do all the communicating with top management and let me concentrate on running the team day to day.
So you were the driving force behind all this change?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. Let's move on to your educational background. I notice here that you...
So what are you looking for in a replacement?
Well, someone with the experience of running an admin team in a fast-changing environment, I suppose.
Eric had that experience, didn't he?
Well, yes, he did, but he didn't work out.
And why do you think that was?
Well, he couldn't do the job.
You said he's got the experience.
I know he's got the experience, but he couldn't do the job.
So what makes you think that someone else with the same experience can do the job?
Well, obviously, the new persons, they've got to have the experience, but they've got to be good, too.
So you're looking for a good person with experience?
Yes, I am.
Like Eric?
Not like Eric.
Well, I remember you said he was fantastic.
Fantastic at the interview.
Ah, but not fantastic at his job.
No.
So how are you going to make sure that you don't choose someone else who sounds fantastic but can't do the job?
That's why I'm talking to you.
Okay. It sounds to me as though you fell into the trap of confusing experience with performance.
Experience with performance?
You remember Judy? She used to mix this up all the time, and it drove me crazy.